2.2 reduces the cost of computing for our customers. It extends our support for open, distributed, and client-server computing. It improves VM-VSE synergy, and it also protects our customers' current investment in VM-ESA. All this while continuing the super quality trend that we have established with the VM-ESA product. We're really looking at things like improving the system management, the performance, the administration. And VM-ESA works well with the new 9221 processor to provide enhancements in all of those areas. Minidisk caching takes advantage of the performance improvements with the data and memory technology. Previously, only 4K blocks of data could be cached for CMS minidisks using expanded storage only. Now, with our enhancements to minidisk caching, CMS and guest DASD can be cached, full tracks of data, and using expanded or central storage. We've made a lot of improvements in installation and migration with our VM-SESI product. We've improved performance, availability, and quality, and have really added to the long list of improvements that we've made in this feature since its inception into the product. We've improved the security of the system with something we call LOGONBY support. This support allows multiple users to log on to the same user ID using their own password. This helps security of the system because it monitors those logons and it identifies who logged on to that user and when they did it. This is a real security boost. Something that's going to really please operations management is a new utility called SPXTAPE, which is a very fast spool file backup. And SPXTAPE does two things. It drastically reduces the amount of time it takes to back up your spool files, and it also reduces the number of tapes. There's a significant improvement that we've made to our scheduler, something that we call share capping. Essentially what it does is it puts a cap or a limit on the amount of CPU utilization that each user ID would get. And this would essentially prohibit, for example, a guest user ID from running away with the system. We should highlight some of the enhancements that we've done for VM and distributed computing. VM's implementation of distributed computing is analogous to MVS's parallel computing on Sysplex. Where MVS tends to break down very large problems into smaller units and run in parallel, VM tends to distribute workloads across servers on different systems. CMS or workstation clients can get services from any server in the group. With the inter-user communication vehicle or the inter-system facility for communication enhancements, VM, along with the new 9221 processor, will now enable horizontal growth for our customers who need increased computing capacity. VM's inherent client-server architecture uses server virtual machines to provide services to client virtual machines. So services such as printing, file access, disk backup can all be provided in a client-server environment from VM being the host. Something else has become increasingly important to our customers these days is participation in open systems. We've issued statements of direction talking about our implementation of the Open Software Foundation's distributed computing environment. This, along with our support for IEEE POSIX standards, is going to enable our customers to participate in the open client-server environment.
Brazil Foods is a dry goods distributor based in the Hunts Point section of the Bronx. We supply stores from the Philadelphia area all the way up to Hartford, Connecticut. We ourselves don't own any stores, but we're associated with a couple of big voluntary chains such as Seatown and Bravo. We also supply a lot of little mom and pop stores. The data center is responsible for all aspects of operating the corporation. Basically, all processing is done in-house, either on a LAN or multiple LANs, or on the mainframe, except for payroll. VM sits on the top of the box. It allows connectivity to the LANs. We are currently backing up all the LANs on the mainframe using LANRES and AddStar. It allows us to have multiple guests so that our production environment is separate from their test environment, and the people can crash the test system as much as they like and not impact the performance of the production system. All performance preference is given to the production system. Currently, we have 16 meg of storage allocated to mini-disk caching. What we hope to do is put that back in the overall storage pool and start caching mini-disks for VSE, such as the production libraries for CICS and the batch jobs, eliminating a tremendous I/O bottleneck which we've been experiencing. Share capping is going to allow us to free up that excess and apply it to a production environment, right, which will allow us to raise the level of performance for all the other users without wasting any CPU cycles. LOGONBY really is going to be a big boost to the tech support people, the systems programmers. It's going to allow us to share the maint ID, the VTAM ID, and a CMS user ID, which we call the common library. So the LOGONBY procedure is going to allow just a select group to go right in, do what they have to do, and come out. So far with VM-ESA 2.2, we're really thrilled with the installation process. The installation process this time took us approximately 2 hours as opposed to 2 weeks for the first release. It's very much improved. It's a smooth operation. They even clear the screen for you at the proper time rather than sitting there waiting for the programmer's intervention.